This is the NUX Fireman Distortion pedal. What is better than one distortion? Two distortion pedals in one. I'm Vinnie. Let's check out some gear today. Flame on! Alright, how do you like that intro? You know, the first time I heard about this distortion pedal's name, Fireman, this idea popped right into my mind. I had to do it. I had to burst myself into flame and make it a big hoo-ha for you to see. So this is a new distortion pedal. I mean, not really new. It's not like newly released pedal, but it's new to me and I really like it so far. I've been playing around with it for a while already, and it's called the Fireman Distortion. It has two distortion channels in one, so you can press here to toggle between 1 and 2, which you can conveniently set the volume and the gain on the dials above to set whichever you want to it. And then of course there's the bypass switch, the on-off switch. So the question is, why do we need to have two distortion pedals in one? Well, for example, you know the song Hot for Teacher? There's this part where he goes, Eddie Van Halen goes from very, very high distortion and into a very subtle distortion gain, kind of like overdrive sound. Well, you can do this with this pedal. All you need to do is to press the switch and then you go to a lower gain distortion pedal. How convenient, right? On my modern guitar, there's this switch. We call it they call it the blower switch, which is supposed to bypass everything and only activate your bridge pickup. That means it bypasses your tone, you bypass your volume knob, it bypasses everything, and that in return will give you a very high gain configuration. Right? I mean, it's the full bypass of everything. It's called the blower switch for a reason. And for that, usually what people do, or what Guthrie Govan, when he first came up with that guitar, did was to set the guitar on a lower volume gain and then to maybe like an in-between position 2 or 4, and then roll down the tone knob or whatsoever settings that you want to do just to get that subtle overdrive sound. And when you hit that blower switch, you go right into high gain. This works the same in the same concept, in the same idea as to that, you know, the blower switch design. But however, of course, this is in the form of pedal. There are bass, treble, presence, and tight frequency response here, but they are shared between the two channels. So if you set it to really, really tight, you can't set, say, second channel to a really, really loose settings. Tight and loose here refers to your mid frequency bandwidth, I believe so, usually the case. And presence, usually the high frequencies. And of course you have your regular treble and bass frequency boost. So far I'm liking them. I mean, this is my setting so far. My bass is only at what, 10 o'clock, and my treble is at 1 o'clock, presence 1, and my tight I go down all the way back to 9 o'clock. So I don't really like it too tight sounding. This pedal can also run with a true bypass or buffered bypass. I mean buffered switch bypass at the back. Let me just put a close-up pic for you to see. And of course, you can also run this pedal in 9 volt or 18 volt. The idea of running a pedal on 18 volt is definitely to give you a bigger and higher headroom so that it doesn't sound so compressed. A lot of times people complain and don't like their pedals, their distortion pedal, is because it just sounds too thick, too compressed, or the word sometimes pops up as metallic. Right? It doesn't give you that brown sound per se. This, however, has been my favorite after I got it, because the moment I plug it in, whichever guitar I plug it in, even with a triple single coil Stratocaster, it just sounds Van Halen. It just sounds like Eddie Van Halen's brown sound without the need to go through all the crazy amp settings or all the crazy pickup configuration. When I was much younger, there were forums discussing about how Eddie Van Halen got his brown sound. And there is a section where people dedicate their time to measuring the capacitance, the resistance of your pickup and what kind of trickery or what kind of thing that Van Halen did to his pickup in order to get that brown sound. I think in modern technology like this, all you need is a very nice EQ band. I mean, Here's the thing, a lot of pedals comes with bass, treble, presence and whatnot, but they are fixed in a certain frequency band that you cannot actually sweep. You can only boost the frequency band. That is the difference that a lot of people seems not to understand. So if let's say I get another pedal, it says it has bass as well, and I crank it up, it is not cranking in the same frequency band as the other pedal. So two pedals side by side, they will not be cranking in the same frequency range. And that is the reason why certain pedal sounds a little too bassy, certain pedal sounds a little too harsh, whatsoever reason. But of course, if you're able to tell the difference, you can always dial them back with an EQ pedal or in the EQ section of your amplifier and whatnot. Basically, IR, EQ, all this makes a whole lot of difference. But for people who are not so good with, oh, do I need more frequency on whichever kilohertz? No, not kilohertz. Whichever bandwidth, right? And if I'm not so good, all I need is someone to set it nicely for me. This pedal will do the job. I think that is enough of introduction to this pedal. I'm gonna do some playing to convince you that this pedal is really the new brown sound, the NUX Fireman Distortion. Enjoy! Alright, time to play some guitar, and I've got the Ibanez Destroyer made in Japan. Now, Eddie Van Halen did use a Ibanez Destroyer, but his is a Franken Ibanez Destroyer. Well, we're close, right? So I'm gonna use this to demonstrate to you how the pedal sounds like without any backing track, no drums, no nothing, just the guitar. Here we go. Next up, I have the Ibanez Fireman. This is a signature guitar for Paul Gilbert by Ibanez, and I'm gonna play this because the pedal says Fireman, the guitar says Fireman. I got to link them together somehow, right? I've got to say the style of playing in this demo is not a current day Paul Gilbert, it's more of the one that he did many years back. But nonetheless, I think it's very appropriate to show you what this pedal is capable of. Anyway, enjoy this demo as played through the mini humbuckers on the Ibanez Fireman guitar. And finally, I've got to bring out the Ibanez. No, this is not Ibanez. I've got to bring out the Franken Strat. Now, this is a replica I made myself. I don't have all the parts, as you can tell, but I got close. And the print is not exactly the same, but it was a project that I'm pretty proud of. And in it is actually Ibanez. Sorry, why do you keep saying Ibanez? In it is actually a DiMarzio PAF pickup for Joe Satriani. I don't remember if it's a PAF, but it's the one that Joe Satriani uses. So I thought that was the closest I can get to sounding like a Van Halen guitar PAF pickup. So anyway, enjoy this demo that I tried to recreate the style of Van Halen. And this is the cat that has been meowing in the background while I try to video this demo for you. This is Meow Meow. Say hi, Meow Meow, everyone. So there you have it, my demo of the NUX Fireman Distortion. Now I know I've been reviewing quite a few NUX pedal. If you look into my channel, it's all there. But however, I have to always put this disclaimer that I'm not sponsored or paid by NUX to do any of this review. In fact, the only reason I'm doing so is because my friends at Music Theme Singapore says, hey, we're selling this pedal, do you want to have a go at it? I say, yeah, why not? It's good fun, right?
Well, in a band you have the guitars and the drums and then the bass. Sometimes a vocalist and keyboards for pizzazz. Saxophones and double bass depends on...
Will I recommend you to buy this distortion pedal? Well, it really depends. If you like blues music, then this probably will have too much gain, too much fuzz in its tone for you to like it. But if you're into heavy metal, then this is too little gain and not enough scoop, not enough of that saturated tone, typical of like the rectifier from Mesa Boogie. This pedal will not do it. This is designed to be like, as I said earlier, a Marshall in a box or the Brown sound. And it does have a lot of very cool function like buffered bypass or true bypass, which is very helpful. It depends on how big or how complicated your pedal boards are. Or if you want to go for a 9 volt or 18 volt to get more headroom. For me personally, I have been running it on the 9 volt through this whole entire demo because I don't see a need, as I'm not pumping it through a amplifier. So I'm pumping it through a IR which loads the Marshall head and a Celestion V30's IR. So it works really well with that 9 volt alone, and I don't see the need for 18 volt, so I left it that way. But you can definitely choose the 18 volt. And of course, the other functions like there's this external switch. What this does is it allows you to connect to another 2 momentary switch pedal. Then you can put it far away from your main pedal and still get able to control this 2 knot. And one of the reasons that I will actually recommend you this pedal is because of this 2 identical channel function. You get 2 gains, 2 independent gains and 2 independent volume knob that allows you to switch with a foot switch. This means that you can set 2 different gain settings and 2 different volume settings, and you can switch it at ease. However, you do need to keep in mind that they do share the same EQ section. That means you can change the gain, but you can't change the EQ. So far, it hasn't been a problem for me. I didn't want it to have like a very drastic EQ change, so it works so far. Overall, I really love this pedal, especially for how it sounds, and the name Fireman just too cool, man. Flame on! It inspired me to do that intro clip that you watched. Now, if you like my video, I would really appreciate if you were to subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up for this video. Because from the analytic, 97.4% of you watch my video but are not my subscribers. Now, subscription to my channel is 100% free as to all YouTube channel, and it will help me grow this channel by a lot and turning it into an official side hustle for me. So I really appreciate if you were to just click on the subscribe button right now. Now, if you do have more information about this pedal, do leave it in the comment below so that other users who come and watch this video will get a more informative experience. I know I can't talk enough of this pedal. There's definitely stuff that I've missed out, so leaving it in the comment will help to grow the community in this channel. I'm also excited to do the next review, but I have too many on my mind to do. So maybe you can help me stream down the process by leaving it in the comment section below, telling me what pedal I should review next. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video. I'm Vinnie, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!